To another video. Obviously, the Blazers are 4-0, and I just wanted to make a video because they are probably one of the most fun teams to watch in the NBA this season. And a big part of that is Anfernee Simons. He had 29 points last night, including 7 3-pointers, and he had 6 threes in the third quarter alone. So I just wanted to show how he and some smart screening really, disrupted the Nuggets defense and how he basically went off. So this first play, Simons just gets a screen from Nurkic, and you can see that basically Jokic doesn't want to step up. He doesn't want to switch onto Simons, and Murray is pretty late. Coming off the screen, he has to go all the way around Nurkic, and you can pause it right there. Even if Jokic steps up now, it's probably too late because then he can just hand it off to Nurkic, who then has a wide open lane or, has an advantage of a 3-on-2 with Grant and Hart against the two Nuggets defenders. So Simons just pulls up, hits the three. Next play, Simons gets the screen from Eubanks. Obviously, DeAndre Jordan does not want to step up to the screen. He's a little slow-footed. At this point in his career, Simons just crosses over. DeAndre Jordan's still waiting in the paint for him, doesn't want to step up. Eubanks is basically just gets out of the way, lets Simon get to his spot and elevate. And his intermediate game will probably be a big step for the Blazers offense because, obviously he can hit the three, but he needs to, improve on that intermediate mid-range and just deciding when to get to the rim. Another play, DeAndre Jordan still pick and roll. DeAndre Jordan steps up a little bit this time, tries to get to the level. Simons just blows right past him, gets to the rim. So you can see most of his shots are, just catch and shoot, not really doing much. Couple of dribbles, get to his spot, either elevate or get to the rim. This one, he gets a screen from Nurkic. Once again, it's Jokic. Both DeAndre and Jokic slow-footed, which is why, the Nuggets, people still doubt them whether they can exceed in the playoffs, especially when you're coming up against good guards like this, in the Warriors, in the Nuggets, and Memphis, obviously. You saw those two guys go off last night. This time, he can either even throw it to Nurkic, who throws it to Grant. He still has the advantage. Murray is basically out of the play at this point. He's not, recovering. He gets all the way to the rim. Jokic, steps up a little bit, so Murray can still, Simons can still throw it to Grant on the other side. Look how deep Gordon is playing in the paint. Just gets to the paint and finishes over Jokic. Now this is where Simons really goes off. And once again, it's a screen with Jokic and Nurkic. And even though Nurkic is, obviously a non-threat from the three-point line, his man still has to step up because of the guy coming off of the screen. So it's a smart way that they use Nurkic because, the guard is still a big threat coming off the screen. So he's a good three-point shooter and can still take advantage of the situation. Even though Nurkic isn't a shooter, the defense still has to respect Simons coming off of the screen. And this time, Jokic just takes a step back, doesn't want to get beat at the rim. And he can even throw a bounce pass to Nurkic at this point where he has a 2-on-1 with Jeremy Grant. Look, once again, I think that's Gordon, still in the paint. Simons just elevates, hits the mid-range, gets to his spot. This is an interesting play because Nurkic sets the off-ball screen for Simons, and even then, obviously, the Nuggets defenders don't expect him to elevate from that far deep, but, it's a 30-foot shot, but he can even throw it to Nurkic at this point. Well, he'll have a 3-on-2 advantage with Hart and Jeremy Grant. Once again, Jokic is playing in the paint because he knows that Nurkic can slide down. This time, Simons just takes a shot and lets it fly. Another play. Jokic is not on the man this time. He's not on the screener this time. However, Porter just playing a little bit too deep. He doesn't want to get beat at the rim. Simons just steps back, hits the three. This time, Nurkic again has a screen. Jokic is off the court now. They're kind of playing small with Jeff Green at the center. But even then, look how deep Nurkic's man is. He gives the screen. Simons. Gordon doesn't really close out. I mean, it's a 30-foot shot. This is pretty much what he meant when he said you just got to give it to him. I think he said that in his post-game comments. But obviously, when the guy is this hot, you still got to step up and, try to contest that three. This one, another screen from Nurkic. Simons coming off the screen. Simons just elevates. Let's see if Gordon was a little bit late. I mean, he's still running with him, but obviously Nurkic has a good screen, and Jeff Green is probably just switching this situation with how hot Simons is from at this point in the three-point line. But he doesn't step up, and Gordon is just a little bit late getting to the three. This play is interesting. Simons is already hot at this point. Look how deep Gordon is playing. Look at the screen from Nurkic. I don't even know if this was a set play or not, but Dame just recognizes that Simons has a lot of space coming off the screen. Gordon is deep. Even if Gordon pulls up, Nurkic can slide down to the rim and have a 3-on-2, 2-on-1 situation with Jeremy Grant at the back end of the defense. This time, though, Simons is feeling it. Just pulls up. Gets to his spot and pulls up. And you can see even, I think that's KCP, he's helping off of Dame just because Dame is a little bit too close to Simons at this point. But Bruce Brown does a good job of chasing him behind, but Gordon probably needs to step up a little bit more. But even then, like I said, Nurkic can slide and he'll have an easy roll to the rim. And Simon's just on fire at this point, so it doesn't even really matter. Another one, Simons. Basically, two go to him. He can even throw it to Nurkic, but at this point, he's just letting it fly. 6 threes in the quarter is ridiculous. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Obviously, the Portland's off to a great start. They're 4-0. They're just killing teams with their threes and how dynamic their guards were. It was Dame on Sunday against the Lakers. But yeah, you can just see how talented this team is with Jeremy Grant healthy, with Anfernee Simons healthy, with Dame healthy. They just have a good starting lineup. And I think everybody, including me, underestimated them just because, how talented they are with Nurkic. And their starting five, even with Josh Hart, it's just a solid starting five that can all pretty much contribute and are above average players at their position. And Dame had a good game as well, 10 for 16. Doesn't have to shoot like 30 times, 25 times. He'll let Simons do the work sometimes. And even Jeremy Grant contributed with 21 points in this game against the Nuggets. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys like the breakdowns, you can do some other players, coming up this season. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.